Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today we're doing a special unboxing. This is part 3 of a multi-part series from Poikilo Blades. Reached out to them and I found out about them at Blade Show, Texas. Walked right by their booth several times, had no idea who they were. And then I discovered them. So let's talk about it. All right, this is part 3. We're gonna start talking about, in this one I'm gonna do 2. I'm gonna do the prisms. There's a small and a large prism that's been released, and I want to talk about these two because I think they're pretty cool. I'm getting a chance to check out 15 Poikilo blades. I own 2, so that's 17 total. I've handled another one, so that's 18 of their Poikilo blades I've handled. Some of them are the same, some of them are different. In this case, these two are different. We've already checked out the Gecko, we've checked out the Zen, we checked out the Taro, we've checked out the Armadillo, and we checked out the what was the other guy? The Armadillo and the Tuna, the mini Tuna, right? So those are the ones we've checked out so far. So now we're gonna check out the large and the small prism. So I have them kind of organized so I can kind of keep track of all of these. This is my unboxing first impressions. So let's take a look at these two guys. I'm gonna just take them straight out of the bag, right? All Poikilos have these really cool little leather bags here. These are really nice. I think really kind of neat. All right, so here we are. Now, I will tell you, the knives that they're allowing me to check out, these are from the Blade shows. So I'm checking out the knives that were on display. So if you're at Blade Show Texas, Blade Show West, these are likely some of the knives you might have handled there. So they're gonna be handled. They may have some dings, some little snail trails and stuff on there because they're handled. They're not brand new. My 2 knives that I own, that you saw in the very part 1 video, yeah, those are new because I bought those directly, you know, so those are new. But the rest of all of these are, they're new, but they're, in the sense, they've been handled by different people. So, all right, so we have the small and we have the large prism. There's similarities and there's some dissimilarities, right? So the larger one, as you can see, has a wider body, has a smaller sort of little nub flipper, has a bigger front flipper over here. Well, not bigger, but kind of hidden. The small prism has a kind of more of a stick out flipper. Now, this is actually where the steel bar, the lock bar and the tang of the blade engage. So you're actually using that part. So you always got to be careful with something like that because it can be a little sharp on the side. So I don't know how they got over that, but that's always something you got to be aware of, right? A lot of times these lock bars, the tang of the blades are really sharp, but somehow they made this work. Again, a lot of the there's some of the Poikilo knife aesthetics are, I love it. I think it's so different and I love it and I think it's great. Some of it is a little bit outside my aesthetic, but I can still appreciate the quality, the absolute quality in the build of this. I said this in part 1 and part 2, and I'm gonna say it again, and you may disagree with me, that's fair, it's fair, right? But handling these 18 knives, I will tell you that I feel the quality, what I'm getting from these Poikilo knives is equal to minimally of Riot and Reich. If not, it exceeds both of them. It's just really phenomenal. Just really well made. All right, so let's look at the large one. So what we're looking at here, again, a lot of these, and very typical is all of them are made in M398, right? Titanium scales. This is an inset liner lock. Let's see here. We have any screws on here? We have 0 screws on this one. So how does this one come apart? Okay, I have no idea how this one comes apart on this guy. Yeah, I do not know. Is there like a little special little something here? Do I have a flashlight? Let me see. I do not know how this comes apart at all. Yeah, so again, I have no idea. No easy, I just dropped something. No easy directions, no easy anything on this. So it's gonna have some voodoo magic, how to get into it. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. Again, this is kind of outside my aesthetic. It's really huge. It's way bigger than anything I would ever carry. This is a big boy. So if you like big knives, you're gonna really dig this. I think you're gonna really like this. It's actually pretty slick. You do drop on kind of like where the finger choil is, so you're not gonna have guillotine cutting yourself. Here's some jimping right there. How aggressive is that jimping? Nah, it's very mild. Very, 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 very mild. So you don't really get a lot of traction. There's no real finger guard here, so you could slide, and this jimping is not super, super great. So hard use on this, man, be careful because you could slide up and slice, right? So that's the thing I always worry about. Technically, is this a tanto or is this a reverse tanto? Is it a reverse forward tanto? I think it's a reverse forward tanto because you got the point for the reverse tanto and you got the corner for the tanto. So I don't know, is it a reverse Warren straight tanto? I don't know. You tell me. Interesting knife though. Beautiful action. Again, with one of these flippers, you got to make sure you clear, right? That's the other thing. And then up here, you got to make sure you clear and get out of the way. Again, it's a big knife. I have a hard time. I'm really, really stretching with my shorter fingers on this one. Interesting clip, kind of flattened there. Looks like it's going to go in and out of the pocket pretty well. You got a little lanyard loop. Definitely not prioritized because, ooh, you can definitely see that it's going to stop right there and that's going to stick out. So definitely rounded, chamfered all the way around, which is nice. And a little couple of sharp points right here, which is kind of unfortunate. Now, being as plain titanium like this, I could buff this out. If this was my knife, I would take care of those edges. It may just look like it's worn a little bit, a little polished, but that's what I would do. Get rid of these edges because that's a bummer. Very sharp here in the back, and that's something that, like, I always think about giant mouse. The reason why I don't have any giant mouses is because they're sharp things. After a while, I use it, I get a blister, whatever. And so that's going to be kind of a bummer for me. I don't know how much I like this flipper. This reminds me of the Usler neutralizer. It's small. It's a little itty bitty flipper. It kind of works. It's just not the most comfortable. Yeah, so I will tell you, the large Prism is really totally outside my aesthetic, and it's a challenge for me to work with my shorter fingers. So you might love it for sure. Now, I think this smaller Prism is a little easier to work. The flipper, even though it's not technically jimped, this is the tang of the blade that's engaging with the lock bar. It works. It works really well. They must have rounded it because it's not super sharp. And this flipper definitely clears a little easier, right? You can definitely get, and I think I can let's see here. Yeah, I can knuckle flick it as well. A big blade as well. This is a big boy. We're going to measure this. Now, you can choke up on this. Plenty of room for big giant hands. But again, you have a finger guard. You can hold yourself in place if you're doing hard work. M398 as well. Excuse me. Slip-on, it looks like it's designed with them. I don't know if they did both. This is definitely a reverse tanto to me. I mean, someone might argue it's a Wharncliffe. To me, it's more of a reverse tanto. It's got a clear point straight, you know, so to me, that's what I'm going to call it, right? Little kind of that satin polished finish, and then you've got the, looks like almost hand satin kind of finish there. I don't know. Nice little swedge on top. Very, very minimalistic. It's more artistic. Nice pokey thin tip. Definitely going to get into your things, dog food, fertilizer, cat mulch, whatever. Amazon boxes, letters. Definitely going to work in that regard. Yeah, the flipper works well, left and right-handed. Now, I got shorter fingers, so it is definitely a stretch for me, and it's a long blade. So, again, this is a little outside my aesthetic, but it's really, really cool to see what they can do. I love this. I mean, because this can lead to other stuff that I think is amazing. Because they keep dropping new designs. They keep coming out with funky, cool stuff. So, I've already found 3 or 4 things I really like. I'm sure there's going to be another 2 or 3 things, at least this year, that I'm going to fall in love with, right? So, but I think there's something here for everybody. I will tell you, the reason why I'm not willing to dog on this, because it's well made. It really is. It's different. It's not necessarily my aesthetic, and that's okay. Not everything has to be my aesthetic. I can still appreciate it, right? And that's what I'm doing. I'm appreciating the small Prism and the large Prism. And again, sometimes I review crazy stuff for you guys, right? You know, because I know I'm never going to carry this. I'm never going to own this. But man, I just, some of you guys, I just know this is like a perfect knife for you. You know what I mean? You're going to love this. You're going to dig this knife. This is going to just really fit well in your hand. It's a giant blade. It's like a pocket sword. And you're going to love it. It's going to be perfect for you. Not for me. So, but perfect for you. So, very cool. All right, so let's zoom in a little bit. Let's take a look at this guy. Move this off. So the first one, we're going to look at the small Prism, right? So this is the one that has a full tanto, M398. It's kind of that bead blasted high polish with the hand satin up on top. And here's your scale. all hidden hardware. I have no idea how this opens. There's got to be some magic button here somewhere. I'm not going to mess with it. This is not my knife. I have no idea how it works. So I can't tell you. Sorry, I have no information on this. There might be another video on this. I'm not going to take it apart because these are not mine. I'm just being loaned them to check them out. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you my experience, my impressions from my size hands, but also tell you that I think some of you guys are going to really dig it. Oh, there's something else that's really cool here. Look at this clip. How do you get to it? What's going on here? What's going on here? Watch this. Push the back. There you go. You see that? It's a spring-mounted little clip, but it's hidden. I think Line Steel did something like this, and I know, you know, Hawk Knives has done something like this on their Deadlock, and some other knives, you know. But this is kind of cool, right? So you can definitely, you should be able to get in and out of the pocket. Yeah, it does flex pretty good, but it's kind of hidden out of the way, which is a nice little feature for this. Interesting designs, interesting shapes. There is a bit, and that's pretty flat, but there's a lot of chamferings that gives it kind of that pseudo contouring kind of feel. No sharp edges. I'm trying to feel them. Yeah, just right here. Yeah, just right there. I would say, like over here, I think those, you definitely can feel it, but definitely sharp there. And if you love the industrial look, you're gonna dig this, right? So this might be more for you. All right. So there's that with the Poikilo emblem on there, and this one you actually have the slip-on. I don't know who that is. Again, I can't keep up with their designs. They go so fast, but I just want to check them out. I want to experience them and share them with you, how they look and feel in my hand. I can tell you it's another quality knife. Really, really cool. Love the full backspace in the back, a little place for a lanyard, right? You got that. So that's really cool. You can definitely have a choke up spot there. When we disengage that, it does close really nicely. And you have the flipper axis, and then you have, now the only problem about having a clip hide like that, I use the clips a lot of times, especially for front flipping, to get leverage and good grip. That's a challenge. So it's kind of a bummer, you know, for me. But that's not for everybody, right? So there we go. All right, so this is the small Prism. This is the large Prism. Two very interesting knives. I will tell you that it's cool to check them out because I don't know if I'd ever buy them, but I can tell you after handling them, if you've ever wondered what do I think of their quality and everything like that, it's freaking outstanding. It really is. Even though it's not my cup of tea, it is unbelievably outstandingly well made. So I'm just going to say that. So if you were on the fence, you thought, is this decent enough? Sorry, I'm trying to get a cloth so I can clean the blade off. Yeah, it really is. It really is. I think you're going to really appreciate that. So I think it'd be definitely worth checking out, right? So, all right, so that cleans off the blade pretty well. All right, so there we go. Definitely worth checking out. Smaller Prism, the large Prism, both pretty cool. All right, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. Any comments, any experiences with these knives, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. If you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or informative, would you please consider hitting that like button down below? And if you've already hit that like button, maybe also consider hitting the subscribe button. Subscribing and liking the channel really helps me out. It allows me to produce more content, do more things, ultimately do more things for you guys. So thank you to everyone out there who watches the videos, who likes the content, who's part of the community. I sure do appreciate you. Thank you so very much. If you haven't already, maybe also consider hitting that notification button down below so you can be notified of future content like this and other videos. And a big shout out to my channel members. I appreciate you guys. You do two amazing things for me. I don't do this full time. I'm part-time. You encourage me like a workout buddy. I love doing this, and you just help me to remind myself why I love doing this. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you guys so very much. The other thing you do is, well, because of your generosity of your memberships, you allow me to check out knives way before and do things sooner than I ever thought I'd be able to do. For instance, shipping all these 15 knives back to Poikilo in California, it's going to be expensive, really expensive. So thank you, channel members, for helping me with that. Otherwise, I would be giving up 2, 3, 4 giveaways, weekly giveaways. I'd have to skip them to cover the cost of this, because this is going to be expensive and a lot to insure. So yeah, there we go. All right. If you have any questions, also let me know. But I do appreciate you guys, channel members. You're huge in everything you do. So I do 2 things for you to show my appreciation. One, I do a once-a-month members exclusive giveaway for channel members. Definitely a step. It's in addition to the regular weekly budget giveaway, I do a members giveaway once a month. And that is just to say thank you, right? To appreciate you. As long as you're currently actively a member, you're eligible for that. That's all it takes. The other thing is, I want to send you a little channel sticker, like I said. And if you email me with your name and address and say, hey, I've never got a channel sticker, I'm an active member, would you mind emailing me? Mailing me a sticker? Absolutely. Now I can email it to you, but you can't stick email on your wall. You need the sticker. So just email me with your actual physical address so I can mail you the sticker to you and your name and your address. All right, so if you would do that now, the cool thing about the sticker is if you've been a member all along or you were a member and you became a member again and you're currently actively a member and you never asked for a channel sticker, never gotten one, you can email me too. Tell me, hey, I'd like a channel sticker too. I'd love to mail you that and say thank you. I don't care, right? So just let you know. All right, I sure do appreciate you guys. If that sounds interesting and you thought, hey, I'd like to become a channel member, how do I do that? Hey, super simple. Check the description down below. There's a link for how to become a member. I have 3 different tiers. Would love to have you. Be honored. Don't ever feel obligated. Only do it because you want to. But if you do, thank you. Sincerely, thank you. I'm humbled. All right, if you haven't already, check me out on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.